From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 4 o'clock news.
All right, looking for something to do this weekend? How about helping clean up our beaches while also competing for some cash?
I like the sound of that. Helping the environment and helping your wallet maybe at the same time. Fox 13's Chip Brewster is at the Bradenton Yacht Club to tell us about a competitive trash picking up event. That's a first.
Yes, the 4th annual. This is cool because I like the concept of it. There's a lot of beach cleanups going on, but how many of them will give you hundreds of dollars depending on how much you bring in? And this is the kind of thing that they're hoping to avoid by encouraging this competition. These pictures might bring a tear to your eye, but you can help prevent any more of these photos from being taken by taking part in the Reef and Beach Cleanup. We're going to tell you how you can be a competitor this weekend, what the categories are, and exactly how much you can win. I will tell you, it's a total of $4,000 that they're giving away. So this isn't just like $5 or $10 here. We've got the details on that and, again, how you can take part coming up.
Interesting idea to make it a competition.
Hey,
but, yay, I
whatever
like
it takes to motivate people to clean up. Good.
Thank you, Chip.
Thanks, Chip.
You're watching the Fox 13 4 o'clock news.
Good afternoon, everybody. Chip Brewster here, coming to you live from the Bradenton Yacht Club, which is the center of attention this weekend for those that want to make a little cash. And to do that, all you got to do is pick up a little trash. It's kind of a win-win, especially for the folks with Suncoast Aqua Ventures. I've got Cheryl joining me with the group. Now, before we get into the competition, I'd like to know a bit more about the group. What exactly is Suncoast Aqua Ventures?
Okay, we formed about 4 years ago as a group of divers and friends that were all together from a dissolved club. We started a new club, and it stemmed from some guys doing a fishing tournament, spearfishing tournament, got tangled up in some fishing line, and when they came up, you know, they were saying how much junk was down there up near the Skyway, and
I'm sure that's all they were, just how much junk.
Yeah,
not
trash.
Yeah, trash. Yeah. They weren't
fishing
angry
line,
about it or anything.
No, a few choice words.
That's what I expected. Yeah, but that was, rather than just be angry about it, it was great that you know, everyone else kind of came together to create this group and then ultimately create this event. So now let's talk about that, the 4th annual Reef and Beach Cleanup. That means you've done it for 3 other years, including last year. How did last year turn out?
Last year was awesome. Last year was the best year. Of course, every year we get bigger and better, and we do more.
This year's going to be the best year.
This year's going to be phenomenal. We've got well over 100 people we're expecting to participate already. First year to have online registration, so we have an idea in advance who's coming.
Yeah.
You know, the first year we had about 40 or 50 volunteers.
Okay.
The first and second year was right after Irma, so a lot of people were more concerned with cleaning up their own stuff than coming out here and cleaning up. Last year we had about 120 volunteers.
Oh, wow.
I got all the stats
let's
right
get
here.
the stats out.
So,
we
got stats.
What do we got?
So last year was a total of 116 anchors.
Anchors?
Anchors, just anchors. Divers compete in that division.
Okay.
1,544 pounds in recyclable metals, not including the anchors. Rope and tackle was 800 pounds. Recyclables, glass, plastic, and aluminum was over 1,000 pounds. And the trash was 6,200 pounds.
6,200 pounds, just total trash. So total weight of everything collected, 9,060.
Nope. That's everything.
Oh, that was that. Right. No, that was everything for that year.
Yes,
so
for that
last year, 9,608 pounds. But over the 3 years that they've done this, more than 15,000 pounds of trash collected because of it.
Yep.
Now, how integral is the whole cash giveaway part? Because that to me is fascinating. I see a lot of events out there for beach cleanup, but the fact that you guys put some cash on the table
we
and
put a little twist on it. Like I said, a lot of us are fishermen and divers. We do spearfishing competitions. In fact, we run the Gene Cloud tournament, which was back in July. But we figured, hey, what better way to get people out here, compete, throw them a bone, you know, give them some cash.
Well, so, and why not make it worth their while? Because it's not just a little bit. Here, I've got your nice breakdown right here.
Yep.
$4,000 total gets paid out in this competition. First place for the 4 main categories, $500, and that is most fishing tackle, nets, and rope, most recyclables, most non-recyclables, aka trash, and then most anchors. And then aside from those 4 categories, you have a most unique item competition for both land and C. $300 for it. All you gotta do is just find something really unique.
That's the fun part.
How do you keep people from just going and like buying something unique and then coming in and saying, oh, look what I found?
If it's trash, we can tell. We can tell it's been washed up in the mangroves. Maybe it's from underwater. It's growing barnacles. You're not going to pull something out of your backyard, trash bin and
so
come in
don't
and
even
it.
try it.
Yeah, don't try it.
That's what Cheryl is saying. Hey, coming up next, we're heading out onto the water to show you just how easy it is to participate in this competition. Plus, we'll give you those details if you do indeed want to register and come out to compete. Chris and Linda, you got your eyes on the prize, don't you?
He's going to give us an example. He's going to show us how it's done.
Did I see in the rules there that you could get money for turning anchors in?
Don't think about it, Chris.
That's right.
You're not turning me in.
That's its own category. So you guys are pretty heavy. So if I turn both of you in, I might win this.
That's right. You could say, here's the trash I found. Let's turn it in.
Or the treasure.
Or the treasure.
I prefer treasure.
Very good.
And this is why we need our oceans to be clean and free of obstruction and anything that might hurt turtles and other creatures.
I know, it's always an eye-opening after a storm because you see some of the stuff that washes in and you realize, some of the bad things that are out there that we've put in the environment. So this is a good time to clean it up, and Chip Brewster has an opportunity this weekend where you can help clean up the environment and make a little cash too.
Just a little bit. Now, if you can't come to this event that we're going to tell you about, there are numerous events going on all up and down our coastline. Honestly, I found this one through just looking at Facebook events. So if you want to look for a beach cleanup near you, that's a good way to do it because I saw dozens over the next several weeks because we're starting to get into that season where we all want to be outside and be at the beach. So let's start it off on the right foot, shall we? And go ahead and make a little cash along the way if you so compete in this event. So I have got Cheryl who's deep in the mangroves right now. So we were talking about this 4th annual Reef and Beach Cleanup. I'm going to step carefully.
Careful.
And so this is kind of part of it. Like in the mangrove area, I feel like this is where a lot of the garbage shows up.
There's plastic, obviously glass, styrofoam bottles, cups, cans, everywhere. And right off the bat, it doesn't look like there's much, but walk 3 or 4 feet in.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised.
Well, and that's exactly what happened to us just now.
Yeah.
We had this plan of not a plan to come out here just like, all right, let's go find some mangroves, see if we can find some garbage. And we're trolling along a little bit, not really seeing much, but we were like, this is a pretty spot. Let's get out. And just as Cheryl said, a few feet back, and these guys over here, JT, Tim, they've been helping us out. They've been filling these buckets with things, and a lot of them are of that nature where it would be bad, it would be dangerous for the environment, for the animals in it.
Plastics are the worst. Plastic bags, styrofoam, it's the absolute worst. And this is what will kill a sea turtle or dolphin or anything. They ingest it. They can't throw it up. They can't pull it out of their mouth. They don't have claws or paws, especially turtles. And it gets in their belly, and then they end up starving to death. It doesn't just come out the other end like some people think. It gets impacted in their stomachs, and then they end up starving to death because they can't process food.
Now, if you're coming out for this competition and your real goal is just beach cleanup, then you're grabbing everything. But if your goal is to win, there's different categories to keep an eye on. And the big one that I found most interesting was anchors.
Anchors.
But that's primarily your scuba divers who are looking for those, right?
Yes. Anchors. Scuba diving, that's 100% of the anchor division is for the diving.
And also, to be clear, you don't just show up with your trash, you have to have registered for this event.
Yeah, you can register online at suncoastaquaventures.com, or you can come to the event Saturday morning and register in person.
Okay.
Teams of up to 10 people. There's no fee to participate this year. This is the first year. It's 100% free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got sponsors like Sturdy Built Trailer Parts. There's two of our partners. Yay! But yeah, we're looking, and of course, we're always looking for more sponsors to help, divert the cost of the event and everything.
Jeez.
But yeah,
this is just within like 20 feet from here.
Yeah.
Just going out in a couple of different directions here. What was the other question I had? Is there a limit to teams? And as far as registering, what are the hours? Like, when do you come and turn it all in? How does it all end?
Teams, you can have up to 10 people. It can be 2 people, 10 people.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. If you have a larger group, we'll split you up into multiple teams. The hours for actually weighing your trash is Saturday from 2 to 5, and then on Sunday 1 to 4. After 4 o'clock time frame, once we get all the trash weighed and the scores calculated, then we'll start the awards and the prize ceremony.
So you've got those 2 days, but you got to get it weighed in on Saturday and or Sunday
yep.
to do it for real, to actually compete in that. Now, we got out here. This is actually trash that we were collecting. And side note, while we were out here, my flip-flop broke. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this in. The competition is some trash that I found. But
flip-flop tree.
But you have a flip-flop tree. Perfect. First flip-flop on the flip-flop tree. One thing I did want to point out, though, is there's a category about most unique item. She has some great examples of that. We're going to talk about that coming up in the 5 o'clock segment. So I'll see you guys there. It's pretty unique.
Sorry about your flop, man. That's, you have to expense that. Company expense. I know.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
We're back right after this, folks. Well, coming up, a unique competition going on this weekend that could earn you some cash.
Really for a good cause, too. So Chip is here to tell us all about it. We love the fact that you can clean up and maybe get a few bucks.
Right? What a great combination. The 4th annual Reef and Beach competition happening out of the Bradenton Yacht Club, but really anybody in the Tampa Bay area, anywhere you are, you can take part. All you got to do is register. Reef and Beach. That means it's on land and in the water. Gentlemen, happy hunting. We found some stuff in the mangroves. Now we're taking a look down below to see if there's any trash worth showing you guys and exactly how it all works. Stick around.
Turn trash into cash while helping to clean up our waterways. It's the 4th annual Reef and Beach Cleanup in Palmetto. And Fox 13's Chip Brewster has the details. He's live for us near Sneed Island.
So, Chip, you're going to tell us all the details here and how you can actually get cash for cleaning up.
Exactly. Now, there's a lot of opportunity out there to go and clean a beach, but not many of them you can turn what you pick up into cash in your hand, and this is one of them, the 4th annual. I've got Cheryl here, who is a vice president with Suncoast Aqua Ventures, and that is the group behind this competition.
Yes.
So why don't you start? Tell me about the group itself.
A group of concerned and divers, fishermen, that just love the water and want to help make a difference and make a positive difference.
And you guys came together about 4 years ago after finding a bunch of trash where it really shouldn't have been, and decided to start this competition off. So how does the competition work? Like, how does someone actually win the cash?
You got to put in the effort. You got to get dirty, get sweaty, get hot and nasty, but bring it all in. We have a group that will help you weigh it, sort the trash, and then we judge it by categories. Most recyclables, trash, anchors, metal, chain. Let's see,
and
what
unique
else?
items, too.
Yes, most unique. We as a committee will kind of break it down to about 3 or 5 items per category, either land or sea, and then we actually have some judges that will decide who gets the prize money for the most unique item.
Now, right before the commercial break, we had our 2 volunteers jump into this murky, like they go down a foot and we can't see them, but you still found something. Tim, what would you describe that as?
We got ourselves a PVC pipe.
PVC pipe.
And an unlucky driver.
And an unlucky driver?
A piece of plastic.
Oh, piece of plastic. Okay. So, but that's, I mean, that is, it's a murky, nasty stuff. And the Bradenton Yacht Club, by the way, is like 100 feet from here. So even right off the starting point, you can find trash that takes part in this competition. Now, I want to get back on that unique items thing, because that to me seems like the easiest category to win, but when you say unique items, give me some examples of past winners.
Unique items is something definitely anybody can win. We had a mother and son bring in a message in a bottle last year. We've had a tonneau cover recovered from the Skyway. We had a weather balloon. Divers came in with a very old sewing machine last year from one of the reefs. Yeah, so, and one of the other more unique things, it didn't win a competition, but we had a 335-pound semi-tire with the rim still attached up in the mangroves in the middle of Terracea Bay a couple years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
How does that happen?
The competition itself is this weekend only.
Yes.
I know, they're great. They're getting a lot more stuff than I expected them to in this one. Now, that is a piece of garbage right there. Good job, guys. So it's this weekend only.
Yep.
And how do you actually register and take part?
SuncoastAquaVentures.com. You can register right there from our website. You can also see some great pictures from last year's cleanup and what we brought in. Participate. You can show up either Saturday or Sunday or both. If you participate both days, we total your each day's trash and combine the totals. Just come to the Bradenton Yacht Club for the weigh-in. Saturday 2 to 5 and Sunday 1 to 4.
And free to participate.
Free to participate. Teams up to 10 people.
There you go, guys. Hopefully someone out there is inspired and tries to get a little cash this weekend. It is $500 for the first place awards for those 4 main categories. And was it $300 for the most unique?
$300 for most
$300
unique.
for the most unique. Check it out online. And good job, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'd give a round of applause to those gentlemen. Well done.
Big thank you to them, for sure.
A fishing pole.
I'm always grateful for people who are out there
Fishing pole. My goodness.
cleaning up like that, you know?
Yes, I agree.
That's just a little bit of what's down there.